Welcome back to White Mountains Today here on White Mountain TV 16. Laura Cummings from White Birch Books is here this morning. Laura, how are you?
I'm good. It's been a while.
It's been a while, but it's always good to have you here.
Thank you.
And White Birch Books, isn't it like 900 years now you guys have been
Doesn't
there?
it seem like it? Actually, no. We're celebrating. We're through our 26th year.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, we've graduated college. We're out in the world. We're enjoying ourselves. 26 years and counting right here in the Valley, and we still have people who find us for the first time.
Yeah, and it's just
we'll take it.
It's the hopefully everybody here has of course been to White Birch Books, but it's your classic bookstore. You know, with
Thank
books
you.
everywhere and other things that you have for sale there. But just the feeling, you go in there and it's not a processed thing, it's organic. You just go in and enjoy.
Well, it's funny you said that because I had three younger girls. I'm guessing they were sisters. So there were maybe like a teen and maybe a tween and then a youngster. And they were just kind of running around at the end of the day yesterday. But they're like, this place is so cool. This is awesome. Oh, I love this. And I just wish I had like been following them with a recorder, but that would have been, creepy. But I love to hear that organic, hey, we really like this place. And that's what it's supposed to be, not to be like a stuffy, some people come in and they start whispering and, like it's so serious. And I was like, you do not have to whisper here. This is a bookstore for everybody. And, we want people to come and enjoy it and have a good time and look around, something for everybody.
Absolutely. And it's funny too, because I went to bookstores a lot when I was a kid, and there's two. There's one in the east side of Providence and one in Bar Harbor. And I can remember vividly, probably like almost every time I went to them, because it was always an experience. It wasn't, again, it was the books floor to ceiling and just the feeling you had going in there and discovering a new book. And
that's what's interesting. I'm involved with all of our booksellers throughout New England. And it's, we do sell most of the same books, but you would be hard-pressed to find an identical bookstore.
Right.
There's a lot of things that are kind of the same, but the personality of the owners, the personality of the geography where they are, and their staff make everything a little bit different.
Absolutely, and I think that's what makes a local bookshop like White Birch Books so great to go to. It's one of those things you want to, you want to seek it out. So if you haven't found it, well. But we're going to talk about a whole bunch of things because we have a table full of stuff.
Yeah.
And we got Bella on the camera. She's going to zoom and zip around. So where do you want to start?
Well, why don't we start with the fun one that we were talking about a little bit before. The good old president is missing. And it's a little shiny. So this is a collaboration between James Patterson and Bill Clinton. And the gist of it is it's a thriller, but it contains secrets that only a president would know. And I'm sure you're not going to find state secrets in here. You're not going to be able to topple the world or anything like that.
Find out where the aliens are kept.
But it's supposed to be a very good thriller. And they sent us this great T-shirt, which we've had so much fun wearing here and there, putting on. And everybody, it has a lot of fun. People have fun comments when they see it. So we've enjoyed our time with the T-shirt. But it is kind of a big, huge publishing mashup, if you will. It's two publishers, two very different publishers working together, two very different authors. And I have to just say, for James Patterson, a lot of people are like, oh, he puts a book out every month and everything. But that, he has been incredibly generous. And I don't know how many people know this, incredibly generous to the independent bookselling community. He gives bonuses every year to bookselling staff. People sign up. I think this year he's slated to give away $250,000. He also gives away money to individual bookstores and things like that. So, James Patterson's kind of our hero.
Well, that's cool. That's great to hear.
Yes.
And his books, of course, great books.
Right, and they're great. He is a master of the readable book. So mash that up with, like I said, secrets only a president could know. And I think that's going to be. It just came out, so I don't have a sense of it. They didn't give us any early copies to read, but it's gotten some good reviews, and I think it's just a really fun fun read.
Very cool. So I'm sure that'll be the buzz book.
Yes, we have a big display right when you come inside. And yes, it does get a lot of comments. Let's just leave it at that. So,
very cool. What are the books you got here?
Well, my other favorite book right now is, I'll leave that maybe right there, is this book, The Word is Murder. And this is Anthony Horowitz, who you probably know as a children's writer. He wrote this whole Alex Rider series, which probably your kids read and everything. But he also has written some adult mysteries, some that are very Sherlock Holmesian. The last one he wrote, Magpie Murders, was a total homage to Agatha Christie. And this one is so clever. Basically, he himself is a character. So the gist in this book is he is shadowing a real detective, and he's going to write a book about the murder. And it's very funny because he pokes subtle fun at himself. Like, so any time he goes into a house, he immediately looks at the bookshelf and he's like, none of my books were there. Things like that, and he drops names of other writers and things like that. In this book, there's a meeting he has with Steven Spielberg and Peter Jackson, which is hilarious, and things like that. So but at the same time, it's a really good mystery, and he's just so clever.
Well, that's
and
great.
We've all read this. I finished it, actually, I finished my last night, and can't wait to get to the store to chat about it and everything. So these two books both came out this Tuesday, and those are kind of our two big books.
And
for
you've
right
read
now.
this since Tuesday.
Well, they sent us early copies of
Okay,
that. So.
phew.
Yes.
I read a book in 2017, Laura. Come on. You read it
Oh
in
gosh,
2017
we are so
seconds.
competitive at the store that we have all of us have lists up of the books we've read, and I'm not even going to say how many I've read, but I'm not winning. There's somebody who's read more,
Wow,
and I
that's
think
awesome.
she's cheating, but no. But,
We're under the bus there. All
right. But let me tell you about just these new things that we got in, and you had said, what are those when I brought them? But because a bookstore is more than books.
Absolutely.
So we just got these. This is a full smudge kit. And we put this on our website. This is like, a rat died in the wall, not a rat, a mouse died in the wall, or, your in-laws hung around too long or whatever, and you need to cleanse your space. So this is a full kit, and then this is like a mini kit that you can do. It's got all the same stuff, so it's got your little sage stuff and anyway, it's all real. And it's really cool. And the same thing it comes with, you can also buy these little pouches that, this is a cleansing bundle that you can wear, and that's a healing bundle.
Love bundle.
And that's another kind of smudging for
Yeah.
peace and serenity and things like that. And we got these from a company that I think it's, we didn't want to get chintzy stuff or anything like that. This is all hand done by
Great.
people and everything, so that's kind of fun. And those just came in. And then this was our other recent find, this cool kind of, I don't know if you can see through the plastic, there we go, this found art, and they made, you can make these different, this one obviously says read, and then we have this one that says love, we have one that says joy, hike, and it's just cool art for your house. And if you want one, you can have it, like I Love North Conway, we'll order that one for
Cool.
you. It'd be very long.
It would be very long. But
But
the box would be very long. But.
we could get it for you. I mean, it just shows that, yes, we do books, and we know books, and we love books, and we read books, and we'll talk about books till the cows come home. But we also like to have a little fun, and we want our store to be, it can be kind of a one-stop shop, or
Right.
it can be, you find some little hidden treasures there and everything. So, and this is everything we have at the store is picked, selected, and bought by us So it's not like you just sign up with a company and stuff arrives. I mean,
Right.
we personally selected, and that's the other thing you get with any independent store, whether here in the Valley or out. That's what you get. You get that hand picked, hand selected, merchandise that they think specifically goes to the community that they're in.
Right, because you know your community. You've been here for 26 years.
Right,
so.
exactly. So,
Absolutely.
so that makes it kind of fun, and that's I guess to segue again why we're part of the White Mountain Independence. I'll throw that out there. Anywhere you see that beautiful blue flag, you know you're getting the. I mean, we're all completely different stores, but that's the one thing. There's usually an owner floating around, and when you go inside, you'll find a hand-picked selection.
There you go. Now, what are the Zen puzzles?
Those are very cool. Those are little wooden puzzles, and wooden puzzles are kind of the new thing. So they're made of wood, and each puzzle has, I don't know what they call it, like I don't know the term, but a really oddly shaped piece. Like, so I think I've got a picture of a peacock. So in that puzzle, there's probably a feather-shaped piece or a bird-shaped piece or things like that. So wooden puzzle connoisseurs, they do exist, look for that type of puzzle. And the colors in these Zen puzzles are so vibrant. And so we have the teeny little boxes, and we have the medium box, and we actually have one or two of the large box ones.
Yeah. Cool.
And so those are pretty fun too.
All right. And then there's a couple more books here.
Well,
I always want to.
why don't I shout out to some of our local ones,
Sure.
since we're getting into the summer season. So these two are actually a great pairing. You can pair a wine with dinner. Let's pair these two books. Where You'll Find Me, which is the story of the tragedy on White Mountains when Kate Matrasova perished up there. And then this book, Critical Hours, which is a history of or not a history, but stories about search and rescue in the White Mountains. And the two of these books together are a fantastic look at what goes on. I mean, we live here, we know people hike, they enjoy, it's beautiful. We look up at Mount Washington every day. And when we read about these things that happen, we just assume that our search and rescue people, but what they do is
It's amazing what they do.
absolutely amazing. And especially in here, the way he went at this story was talking about risk assessment and how you make those risk decisions, whether to go to the next ridge or turn around or whatever. And he puts that across from both her experience as well as the rescuers going up there too.
Yeah.
And this Critical Hours, he just talks about, and some are successful and some are not, but just kind of the history and evolution of how search and rescue. And these people who do this, they're our regular neighbors and everything.
Right.
And I don't know that we take it for granted necessarily, but sometimes I don't think we understand how amazing it is what they do. That they, I don't know, if I got a phone call at 3 a.m. and it was 20 degrees below zero, I might not answer that phone call, which is why I'm not on search and rescue.
But they do.
But there are better people out there.
Well, that's great. So those are some great books. And that's just some examples of, because you have a lot of books about the White Mountains and about New Hampshire. And again, like you say, that's what ties it in to being the local.
Right. We, like you said, exactly. We have a lot of the hiking guides and history, and we have a great relationship with Mike Dickerman of Boncliffe Books. He's up in Littleton. In addition to all the new books, he actually supplies us with a lot of what we term collectibles, some of the older hiking books and everything, whether it's hiking regionally or those big climbing books from Days Pass of Everest and all the big mountain type of things. So we have people who'll sit in front of that section, just pull up a chair and pour over that shelf, and you can find some amazing finds there. And that's the thing, you can, and we had both of those things happen yesterday, which is always so funny, where somebody comes in, they're like, I want this book, and you're like, it's right here, and they buy it, and out they go, and that's wonderful. And then you have the other person who comes in, and you realize they've been there for about an hour, and they come up with this, not a huge, but they come up with a pile, and you realize it's been pulled from different spots all over the store.
Yeah.
So they've taken the time, and they've gone into the nooks and crannies and found, and I, both of them are fantastic. We love both of them, so.
And of course, you're open. What are your hours?
We're open 7 days a week, 9:30 to 6, Monday through Saturday, and Sunday is 10 to 5.
All right.
And you can always go to whitebirchbooks.com, and on there we have our event schedule, we have our book group schedule. You can order books online there. And also our Facebook page, we put a lot of staff reviews and fun content on there. And we try to keep that lively and interactive all the time.
Sounds great. Well, Laura, thanks so much for coming by. So
Well,
you
thank
definitely
you.
have to check out White Birch Books, located right next to Pinkham Real Estate, across from TD Bank, right in North Conway Village. And Laura, I'm sure we're going to see you again.
Yes, I'm sure we will. So until then, it's a beautiful day out there. So yeah, go out and enjoy, but with a good book.
There you go. And we'll be back here in a minute on White Mountains Today.